We are involved in this project because we want to learn from other countries across Europe in terms of the assessment of transversal skills. We have significant curricular reform taking place in Ireland at the minute. It's called junior cycle reform, where the first 3 years of lower secondary education is undergoing significant transformation, and one of the key aspects of that reform is the embedding of key skills, what we call key skills in Ireland, into the curriculum, similar to the transversal skills that this project is concerned with. So we want to learn from other countries across Europe in terms of how they embed key skills and transversal skills in their system. Well, we are a piloting partner, so we work with the students and with the teachers in schools on the ground, training the teachers and supporting the teachers in their work in the schools. We have well over 20 schools involved in the project. We have over 60 teachers, and we have in the region of 1,300 students involved in the project. So it's a significant number of personnel in the country involved in this project, right all over, from schools all over Ireland.
We have a varied approach to support with our teachers. First of all, we started by doing a needs analysis with the teachers to see where their practice was at, so that we could tailor the supports that we were providing to the teachers that were involved in the project. We then held 2 face-to-face training days, which gave an opportunity for teachers to upskill, but also to share their own practice in their classrooms and also to work on planning for the implementation of the ATS2020 model. We then supported this with webinars, which were both focused on the technology aspect of the project and enabling the teachers to upskill in terms of their technological expertise, and also then focusing on the pedagogy. So what we're trying to achieve is that sweet spot between pedagogy and technology for the teachers in their classes. This is then also supplemented by each school having a mentor who helps the teachers on their ATS 2020 journey. As we know, the ATS 2020 framework features a number of transversal skills, which in our context, in our country, are key skills of junior cycle. The teachers look at the transversal skills, and through their teaching and learning activities, and also through how they provide supportive assessment and formative assessment to the students, implement different skills in their teaching and learning depending on the activities that are taking place in the classes. So we have really good examples from our schools of teachers both collaborating within the school and also collaborating with teachers from other schools. Many of the activities are varied, it depends on the subject. For example, in some of our science classes, we've seen really interesting field trips where the students are actually doing their own first-hand research rather than going to the internet for information, and then building on what they know first-hand from their experience with what they find from the internet, which makes their experience much more authentic. We also have examples of practical classes where the students are engaged in practical work, either in a practical subject or in something like science again, where there is experimental work, and the students are reviewing each other's work and giving each other feedback, and then the teacher is using that feedback to develop the further teaching and learning activities in the class. Also in other classes, we have different skills being targeted. So for example, in some of our language classes, we have a huge focus on reflection, where the students have an opportunity to set a personal goal in terms of their reflections. The teacher is aware of that personal goal, but the student is also inherently aware of what they're working towards. And then as they develop along their learning, and as they develop through the process of the skill that they're developing or the content that they're learning, they have an opportunity to reflect on how this is going for them. And this gives teachers a huge opportunity to move the learning forward for each individual student at their own individual pace. This also has the added benefit of the students being much more aware of their own learning, which makes them much more autonomous and more self-directed in their learning.
Within ATS 2020, H2 Learning is helping with the overall project management of the project. We have a lot of experience and expertise in European projects. They can be complex. The projects such as this with 17 partners and a lot of deliverables means that there's a lot of work that needs to be done from a project management perspective. So we're helping to bring all of that together to see that the work that's been done results in achievable deliverables for the project, so that we can develop the whole area of transversal skills, not just for policymakers, but for teachers and schools in the future.